Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone around the world that is watching this video right now. As I promised you, I will be making another video in my growth on Twitch and how we made it until this day. After 6 years, in a month, it will be 6 years, as it will mark the 16th of September 2025. It will be 6 years since I've started. I'm currently recording this video at 2:52 a.m. on the 16th of August 2025. In a month, I'll be celebrating my 6 years. Was it an easy journey? No, it wasn't. It was a lot of memories, some beautiful, some weren't beautiful. Was it worth it? It was worth it. To become a full-time streamer, as many have asked me, whether it was on Twitch, whether it was in the DMs, whether it was off stream, whether it was in real life, there were many people that asked me, how did you become a full-time streamer? Is it an easy journey? And they would tell me that they want to become a full-time streamer, some people, and they would tell me, is it something that I can depend on? I told them it's not easy. The first thing I would tell them or ask them if you are a student or if you have a current job. Because if you have a student, if you have a job, you continue on working harder to grow in this company, to get promoted in this company. There's many things that you can be facing at your real life job that can make you hate everything. I understand. I had a job in the previous years. It was not easy. I've worked for 8 years before my Twitch career. Some of you don't know that. I had a job from 2012 and 2013 was like the jump start of it until 2019. It was a dead end job. I had nowhere to go. I couldn't depend on it for any reason possible. But as I told you in 2018, what have happened in the first video, after my mom got diagnosed, I had to find a different solution. So 2019 was the beginning. Was it easy? 2019? I was clueless. Though everything was just a question mark. 2019 was just I was just going back and forth into this platform of Twitch, not knowing what am I gonna do, where am I gonna go, what is going on. I was just clueless. In 2020, I just kept going. I've mentioned this as well before. I met several people. Most of them, you can say 90+%, were non-Arabs from different nationalities from Europe, whether it was from America, whether it was from South America. It was all a mixture of personalities, a mixture of support, a mixture of everything. But they were all here for one purpose, and one reason is to be entertained. And I've provided that. I've shown them a lot of my energy, a lot of my personality, of who I really am. The first thing I would tell, to go back to the point of people asking me how is it or is it easy to be a streamer? The first thing is just be yourself. People just say this, oh, be yourself. Sometimes they try to force a smile. Sometimes they want to force something. Don't force anything. Don't force anything. Other than the fact I advise them to continue doing what they're doing, to finish their studies, to get a diploma and find a decent job. In the future, you're gonna have a wife, a family, and there's many things that you want to build for your family. As a streamer, the first thing you depend on is God. This is what when I first started off, I depended on God. With prayers and hopes on something to happen. Things were just moving in one line. It wasn't going up, it wasn't going down. In 2020, Corona and the pandemic hit the world. Many people were locked. They were locked in their houses, and the lockdown happened everywhere around the world. This was a big disadvantage to many people out there. But when it came to online gamers, this was an advantage. What happened? Many people started gathering. Many people started being online. A lot of games were being released. Even games that were in the years before it were brought back just to gather people together. Games like Among Us, it wasn't that popular before the pandemic and it became really popular. And it was one of my main games that gathered a lot of people. The pandemic gathered many people around the world to be gaming and just sitting at home, working from home and having another monitor of a streamer, for example. The people that I met, the non-Arabs, a lot of people that weren't living here and a lot of people that were living outside of the Arabic world, had different time zones, especially in America. But the career that I was in was still a question mark. As I've told you, in 2021, when my mom passed away, I wanted to close everything. I was like, I'm done with Twitch. I didn't want to continue. I was doing it for her. I didn't see myself going anywhere on Twitch. Yes, I was having fun. Yes, everything was going well. Financially, it wasn't. Nothing was happening. Nothing was growing in that perspective. And everything that would enter the stream would go to my mother's support to try to help her with anything. whether it was medical bills, whether it was groceries, anything that she would ask for. One of the main things that I believed in was, behind every successful streamer, the main thing that you need to have as a full-time successful streamer, that's only if you're a good person, is to have a family and a community that has your back day and night, on and off stream. In the past, I was told, there's no such thing as family, there's no such thing as people caring about who Blaster is. This was not something I wanted to hear. I didn't believe in that. But throughout the years, I have met people that were with me from the beginning until this day. not even from, let's say, from the first day, but at least they've been here for years, 3, 4, or 5 years, and they're still with me. They see me as a brother, they see me as a best friend, they see the streams as a safe zone, a comfort zone where people can feel safe to watch a streamer and get entertained in a very friendly family way that makes them want to enter even more and more. The support that I talk about, that every streamer needs to have a strong community, a strong family, is them being happy, them being entertained. When I personally see that in my chat, and I see people chatting, just simple as that, chatting or lurking, just watching what I'm doing, whether it was a video or a game, joining in, this makes my day. And I think a lot of you know that. I love when my chat is happy with whatever is going on in the stream. I love it when you guys are happy. You have no clue how much this makes me happy. This is the whole purpose behind the motivation. When you have a chat that keeps moving, when you have people that are watching you do what you do, you want to do more and more and give them more, because that's what you guys deserve. You guys deserve more. I hear a lot of people telling me, yo, Blaster, you deserve more. But then I think to myself, I'm like, no, but wait. It is you guys that deserve more. Today, I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for the people that stood by my side. Don't think that it is a matter of a year or months that you've been here. There are many people that have been here for less than a year or a bit more, that covered all the years that I've been through. Of many people that left and many people that stayed strong. Those people are worth millions of other people around the world that I met, whether it was during my school days, my university days, during my working days. There's many people that I met through Twitch, whether it was at the beginning or recently. You guys are worth millions and millions and millions of people that maybe in the future I'll ever meet. But I know that you, like I said in my About Me, you are the reason behind the growth. The journey in 2020, when it was nearing the end of the year, that was when my mom was in her last days. As I told you, there was this Arabic viewer watching me play Overwatch, and I think I mentioned it in the first video. He told me that my stream was lagging, and he told me that he can help me with OBS. He entered Discord with me, spoke to me about the lags and the bitrate and all that stuff that helps my stream. He helped. I said thank you. He stayed, then he left. He came back maybe like a week later. But then after it, I don't know if he was the reason or not, but I got raided by an Arabic streamer that lives in the UAE, and she was a big streamer. She raided me with a big number, 60 plus or 70 plus. Obviously, there was a lot of people that followed and saw. The first thing that she said, well, she said, hi, how's your stream going, etc. But then she asked me to check my DM, my Twitch DM, my Whisper. And she was like, are you a streamer that lives in the UAE? I said, yes. She's like, why don't you put in the tags that, you know, the Arabic tag, there's Arabic, English, and all that. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't even know what that is, personally. She's like, those tags, I'll show you. She showed me in the stream, and she said, put Arabic. I said, okay. She guided me through it, of course. In the Whispers, she told me, you are an Arabic streamer that lives in the UAE next to us. You're one of us. We want to support Arabic streamers that live here, and we want all of us to grow. She was very supportive. She introduced me to a lot of her friends that till this day come to my stream. And she told me about many ways of how to interact and get to know other Arabic streamers. She would tell me, raid this person, raid that person, raid, to, so we can all, get to know each other, raid each other in the future, communities interacting. What did that affect me? That affected the non-Arabs in my chat. So the moment that Arabic streamers kept entering, automatically there's Arabic language being written. Some of them didn't understand what was going on. There was a lot of Arabic streamers. Even the Arabic English words or English Arabic, المعرب, as we say, إنجليزي معرب. A lot of it was being written in the chat. So I'm gonna be honest, that pushed a lot of them away, not wanting to chat much. But I was happy. I was happy because I am meeting people that live by me. They live next to me, Arabs that connected, and I'm like, wait a second. I felt alone. I felt alone. Like my IRL friends were married and they were just moving on with their life. And I was like, what am I gonna do next? I was happy that everything was going the way it was. I didn't know it was gonna push other people away and oh now it's Arabic stream. I don't understand the word. I didn't expect that. I didn't know it was gonna happen. I was happy that things were just happening, things were going, and I tried bringing them back. I tried telling them, yo, stay, we'll try to make it more English. I tried to fix things, but it explained a couple of things to me that it's my way or the highway. That's what came to my mind when they just wanted to leave. It's like, no, just English. I said, listen, at the end of the day, I'm an Arabic guy, okay? At the end of the day, I live in the UAE and I would love to meet people from here, the UAE or the neighboring countries, because it makes me feel like it doesn't make me feel alone. It makes me feel like I have a family around, you know? So some or most left, the non-Arabs. No hate, nothing. I just wish them luck. I was like, thank you for everything, etc., etc. And some stayed. There were some of them that stayed and they're like, we're here for Blaster. And the others are here for Blaster. So I'm gonna support Blaster. Even if there is Swahili language happening in the chat, Arabic language happening in the chat, English language happening in the chat, we're gonna talk with him in the language that we talk in. And whether it was English or Arabic, we're gonna be there for him. This is a real friend that is there for Blaster. With whatever is happening in the chat, they would stay. So I wished those that left good luck. And a new page was happening for me by the end of 2020. They knew the cause behind why I was streaming. They knew the reason. So things took a turn and a new page happened in my life. Subhanallah. Da'wat mustajaba. Things started happening in my chat. Things that I've never expected things to happen, but a storm of communities, amazing people from everywhere in the UAE, in the neighboring countries, of amazing support that kept entering. That was around October, November, and December of 2020. Happiness on one side and sadness on the other side. It was the last days of my mom. Did I say like I wish this happened before and I wish this happened before? Many people wish these things so we can help out, but نحن Muslimin and we believe in what God has written for every human being in this world. This is what's meant to happen. Your growth on Twitch will happen at this time. The reason behind all of what you're doing was for her, but this is the time where your mom will be in a better place and you will be in a better place during your career. Like I said, happiness was happening on Twitch, but my life was devastated. So when the growth started happening, my mom knew in her last days. This is where she told me, if things are happening, you go for it and you continue. Grow with it. Continue. Don't stop. حاصر حالك بأولاد الحلال. والله يبعد عنك أولاد الحرام. ولا عمرك ترجع لورا. خليك متقدم ولا تفكر أبدا من أنك تتغير وتغير من شخصيتك كيف تربيت وتغير من حالك عشان الناس اللي حابة مصلحتها فقط، اللي بتستغل طيبة القلب، بتستغل شخصية الواحد. الناس اللي بتستغل الله يبعدهم منك. What she was telling me, stay the person that you are. Stay the person that I raised you. Don't let other people change who you are. Those people that want to take advantage of your good heart, may God push them away from you. And it started happening. Many good people started entering, and maybe people would leave and come and leave. In 2021, after my mom passed away, I said I wanted to quit. 2 days later, only 2 days. On 2 days, on the third day, I came back to Twitch and I opened the stream because I've told many people back then, I'm done. I opened the stream and I told the chat that my mom has passed away and I'm here on her will to continue streaming and I'm not gonna stop. A lot of people, I don't know how, heard of the story. A lot of people heard of the cause. A lot of people heard that there's a growing streamer that lives next to us, around us, and many people would raid, they would come by, they would watch, and things started growing then. I stayed who I am as a person. I kept my personality that I promised my mom that I won't change, and I stayed the man that she raised. But the question lies on how will you keep aiming to grow more and more? The growth, see, sometimes you don't know a person's intention. When you think the best out of a person, but then you don't know what this person has and his attention or her intention, you leave it to God. You depend on God. And this is what I did. I depended on God. I keep telling the stream, بفضل الله بفضلكم, things happen. دايما الاعتماد على Allah, depending on God, comes first. And when you have a mom's blessing, رضا الأم, it will be a protection to you for a lifetime. And a prayer that happened before she passed away will protect you in a lifetime. For me, I'm a gamer and I love gaming. Multiple games, as you've seen. Watching a lot of things. I love watching, as you see, different content, playing different games, communicating a lot. I talk a lot. As I've said, they told me that I yap a lot and I don't stop talking at some point. Some people get phased out because of how much I talk and how much I just sometimes I say unnecessary information when it comes to watching YouTube or watching videos, but I love to communicate with you guys. I love socializing. I love to interact. I love to hear your opinions. I love to hear what you think about whatever I'm doing. I love it, you know. It's always about being good and being kind with people that can lead you to many open doors. Do not think whatsoever being a bad person or trying to bully other people or trying to cause something is gonna take you anywhere. It won't. Many people think that it can make you grow and it can open up a lot of doors for you, but there's one last door that will close. You can't open it anymore when others are just going through. Allah بسكر عليك الدنيا, because you would be hurting a lot of people. I stuck by that. I stuck to being kind and being good. To the good people around me and to the bad people I did not know that were bad. We'll stick to the good people because not in this video, but the problems that we went through will be in part 3, not in this part. We'll talk about the good people. The good people, which is you guys, the content, the games, the communication, the beautiful subathons that we did, all of these beautiful memories that we had, and you were part of it. In part 1 from my journey in Twitch, I have mentioned that 2025 is one of the best years of my life, and not just on Twitch, in my life. We will get to that. In 2021, like I said, it was not easy. I have been through a moving period where I stayed with a friend. To those that remember or were there, many of you were streamers in 2021, or not many of you, just some couple of names that I know were streamers in 2021. And some people out there that watched streams knew who I was in 2021 as well. I stayed in my friend's house. It was a moving time for me in the period of January and February, where my friend kept trying to get me out of the house. He's a friend of mine that I've known in the university from 2012. Him and his cousins were pushing me to get out of the house because throughout January, when I was streaming, I was not in my best mental health. I was not at my best. I was quiet. My energy is gone. My motivation was dead. I don't know what I was doing. And my friends were telling me like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm not okay. What happened was not easy. They said, okay. But they weren't living next to me. They were living in Dubai. I was in Abu Dhabi. So they came and they took me. They're like, come, let's go out. Let's hang out. That was in the end of January. When they thought of doing that, they had another plan, which I didn't know of. When my friend took me out and we were just hanging around, driving around, went to restaurants here and there, one of the cousins was in my house, in my apartment, packing my things without me knowing. He was packing my things. He literally threw all my clothes in a bag, unplugged all the water. He took everything. Him and another guy and another guy. There were 3 guys, 3 cousins. One of them was a brother and the others were 2 cousins. So one of them packed my things and unplugged all the wires and everything, and we were out for a very long time. He kept telling me, come sleep over in Dubai. Let's spend the weekend. Let's enjoy our time. I kept telling him, no, I want to go. I just wanted to go home and play WoW. I just wanted to stay. I was just lost and I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to even stream. I just wanted to just sit and play World of Warcraft. Not even me knowing that I'm playing. I'm just saying it because I'm just probably going to go there and sit on my chair and not know what to do. I was lost. I was alone in life, and that's what kept going through my mind, and I was depressed. So at the end, from all the talks and forcing and all that, I agreed to going to sleeping in his house in Dubai. He took me back to the apartment, and while we were walking towards the door, I hear like things breaking, and I hear things. I don't know, like I hear them talking with a loud voice, things moving and breaking, and I'm like, what is going on? So I enter and open the door, and I'm like, you guys, what are you? The moment I was like, what are you? I'm looking at my room. I'm like, what is going on? So my friend pats me on my shoulder. He's like, you're getting out of this house. I'm like, hold on, hello, there's a contract, there's many things happening. We dealt with that. That was dealt with. It was a sudden move between a couple of days. In a weekend time, we went back and forth. Obviously, it wasn't in the same night. I took what I needed to take, spent a couple of days in his house, took my setup at the end. It was the last thing I took was my setup because it was very sensitive. He's like, you're staying with me, you're gonna spend Ramadan with me. I will not leave you alone, and you should not be alone. You are an amazing person that deserves to be surrounded with people. He knows what's happening. He is watching. He knows that it was me and my mom, and that's it. He knew that. There was no one in the apartment but me and her. So how am I gonna be living in an apartment that I'm used to having my mom around? That's not there anymore. When they were packing my things, I swear to God, on the table in the living room, the tray that had her food, tea, it had dates, it had the Quran next to it, and it had a note. She had tea, dates, and a plate of food. Her abaya was hung up in a closet by the door. The sink was empty, and all the dishes that she's done, like they were still there. Everything was still the same. It's like as if she went out for grocery shopping and coming back home. I looked at my friend. I'm like, I can't leave this. I can't leave the house. I don't know. So I kept pushing myself backwards into wanting to stay. And he's like, no, it is time to move on. It is time for a new page. I said, okay. I didn't agree instantly, but it was many things happening. It was not easy. You're talking about an apartment that I spent a long time with my mom, helped her through many things. But he knew that he had to be very, very stubborn and convincing for me to actually agree, for me to actually want to finally close the apartment and leave. I finally agreed. I said, okay, why not? Let me see what's gonna happen next. Let me see if this is a new page in my life. Let me see if this is like, I don't know, will I forget? Will I move? I'm never gonna forget. I'm never gonna move on. That is what I had in my mind, that I'll never ever move on, and I'll never forget what just happened on the 6th of January of 2021. So he took me to his apartment, or to his house, sorry. Outside his house, he had a tent. Not an actual tent, but we called it a tent because it was shaped like one. Of course, it was a big a small warehouse, I can call, that was filled with a lot of computers and setups and everything. And he told me, you're gonna have this corner, this is your corner, you're gonna be streaming there, and you're gonna continue your career over there. He gave me a room in his house, made me stay with him, kept me in for many months. Like I said, we spent Ramadan. Before Ramadan as well, it was a month before it, so that was like 3 months or 2 months and a half. Until we finally found an apartment, which is the one I'm in right now. That move was a big step. He stood by me and his family and his cousins and his cousin's family. They tried to ease things for me in my journey. They stood by me even when I was streaming, and they were sitting right by my side. They would help me with content. They would take me out. We would do IRL streams. They did a lot of things you cannot imagine. It was like it's their stream, you know. Many people. I got to know many people through them, through Twitch. Many people entered the stream, and we grew slowly and slowly. It was like a river flow that didn't stop. نهر وماشي. The things what I would imagine could never happen was happening. I maintained close friends. Until this day, they know me. Until this day, I speak to them. I met a lot of them IRL. They would come over to that gaming warehouse or gaming tent that we had. I met a lot of people IRL. You can't imagine. You're talking, I lost count to that extent. We became one strong group of multiple streamers, viewers, communities. Everyone just knew each other. It was beautiful. It was Corona. It was still Corona. The pandemic was still strong. It was a time where people were still working from home, still sitting, on their computer setups, working and gaming or watching streams. I thought to myself, like, will this go on? Will this happen? I never really thought deep and went to those, like, you know, when they tell you just don't think about 10 years later, just live your day. Think about tomorrow, think about today. I would never think what's gonna happen. Am I gonna continue? Will those people stay? That never really crossed my mind. Crossed my mind because this is, if you did, you'll always be scared, you'll always be worried, you'll always keep your hopes up and then get disappointed. I pushed this all aside. What kept me stay strong was to stay true to myself, stay kind to my good friends out there, the people that deserved it, to stay true to them, a loyal friend, a brother, a family, everything that they see me, I saw them as well. I wanted things to grow and to have a bigger and bigger and bigger family. But like I said, sometimes life can happen. Sometimes many people just can't stay on Twitch anymore. And, there are many people that I know, for example, and some friends of mine, they had a job that wasn't easy, couldn't have the enough energy or the time or the, well, yeah, energy and time basically to be online as much as they used to be. Have we cut interaction? No, we haven't. We stayed. They would still, if these situations happen, some people just cannot be on their computers 24 hours. Sometimes life, like I said, comes in between, especially now when Corona is over, that you just can't sit on their PC all the time. But we always contact each other and ask about it. This is what a community that turns into a family became like. When life comes in the way, that's it. There's no more Blaster or no more, let's say, a friend of mine that I met. No, we still are in contact because they saw me as a brother. We still go out, we still hang out. They have those 1 or 2 hours to either see me on stream or go out with me, you know? I love that so much because it kept the real bond that we had as a family that I've always wished for when I started this career and started this journey. Subathon happened later on that year. And of course, as most of you know, um, in 2021, I've explained this. I think most of you know the story that I did a tournament, and around trying to remember, the tournament was I think in June and July, somewhere around there. Valorant tournament. Back then, when we used to say Valorant, Valorant was beautiful. It was a beautiful game, a beautiful community, a lot of beautiful people. Today, if you say Valorant, I think you know, or I think I know what you will say. Back then, Valo was the main game when it came to when it came to shooters, of course. Because when it came to viewer games, it was Among Us and several other games. I made a tournament. I don't know if I was the first ever Arabic streamer to host one of those biggest tournaments of streamers. I'm not sure, but a lot told me that I was. And I don't know if it was the best. Maybe others that did it with low viewer count or higher viewer count did it better than me. I don't know. But was it amazing? It was, in my opinion, and the hundreds that were watching, it was the best. I met 80% of Valorant's community that entered my stream until this day. I know some of them until this day. Most of them are, like I said, life can come in between. There's many collaborations that I did with many streamers out there. Amazing streamers, amazing names, amazing memories that we collabed that made me also get to know more Arabic communities out there, more variety streamers out there, more streamers that streamed other games, more streamers that would, connect with our vibes. As you know, our vibes sometimes can be a variety of vibes. Could be funny, could be sad, could be emotional, it could be trolling around, and it could be many multiple things that can happen in the stream. We all love this. It's not always 100% sadness, it's not always 100% seriousness, 100% trolling. No. What I love about you guys is that we're all in this together. You guys are with me during my happy days, during my sad days, during my celebrations, ولا سمح الله, during my, God forbid, during my sad days or my days that I'm feeling down. You've been there, you've always been there, and I know that you'll always be there for me. The vibes that connected grew my numbers in a way that I could never have ever imagined a year before it. That led me into believing what people told me that will happen, which is getting partnered. The tournament pushed it a lot. The energy that I gave, the 12-hour streams on a daily basis, I would stream from not even 12. It wasn't even 12. I would start at 4 p.m. and end like 8 a.m. or 9. It was a 15 to 14 or 15 hours streams daily. Games like New World, games like crab games back then. It was many viewer games, Among Us, Jackbox, all these Fall Guys, all these viewer games that connected a lot of people together. It was just beautiful. Valorant was also was the main game. Custom games were happening, tournaments. It wasn't just one tournament that I hosted. It was two. It was back to back even. Just a couple of months in difference. When I did that, a subathon happened on November 2021. In November, I streamed non-stop for 94 days. I took the timer, the tier 1, how much it adds, tier 2, tier 3, the $1 donation according to the tier 1. I calculated, so tier 1, how much are people putting in? So I calculated it with $1 and how much it will add on the seconds. It was all obviously worked with multiple people, not just me alone. As you know my math, we equaled the third world longest streamer. The third, we equaled his number. And I'm like, that's it. I don't think it will go any longer. Because my streams would end up on an hour or two and thinking that it was about to end. But then it will be pushed longer and longer until we hit 94 days and we broke. The number one streamer in the world had 74, I think, in total. And I hit 94. I was the number one streamer in the world in the subathon. بفضل الله وبفضلكم. This was one of the biggest achievements I had on Twitch. And this did not come easy. This was because دعوات الأم, توكلنا على Allah, surrounded yourself with an amazing people that no matter what phase you're going through, no matter who you are, they see the good in you and who you really are and what are you representing. Because if you're not giving, or you're not giving your love and passion into this, and you feel like you're forced into doing something, that is something that will be cut halfway and it won't be continued. خلاص. It will be like something that you can't be doing something you hate. You gotta do what you love so you can love what you do. It's a known saying. It's my job at the end of the day, and I love it so much. Many of you saw that, how much I love streaming, how much I give my energy, my energy, my power, my time, the subathons, the challenges, and everything that happened. But all of this was towards one goal, is to see you guys happy. Because your happiness was the result that I wanted, and I've seen it happen. When it kept happening, and I've seen you guys being happy, this pushed me to opening the 94-day subathon. That pushed me into breaking that number that I never thought of ever breaking. It was something that I never thought of, like I said, but I thank God and I thank you guys. I thank you for many things. The strong communities out there, people think, and I've heard that before, I wish I knew you, Blaster, before. There's many things that happen for the good in the future, right? Nothing is delayed or postponed in your life unless there is something good happening in the future. لا يؤخر الله أمرا إلا لخيرها لخيرها للي جاي وانتو الخير. والله بعت لي اللي أمي دعت لي إياه ولاد الحلال. Many things that happened in the past, as I said, I will not mention, it will be in part 3, were good memories. But we are here today because it's meant, God has written this destiny for me. We are here today because this is what's meant, what's written by God. I am glad that this happened. I am glad that this is happening today. I am happy where I am today, way more than I was ever in the many years that have passed. We had an 85-day subathon, the last one we had. This subathon that I just went through was better than all the subathons that I've ever had. A message to everyone that wanted to meet me a long time ago, and I wish I met you before. I tell you this right now. I'm glad that we met now, because I am happier. I'm the happiest I am today than I ever was in many years before. Because meeting people with the same thinking and the same way we were raised to be kind to each other. We were raised to discuss ideas and events together, not to discuss people, not to plan to hurt people, not to plan dramatic things to happen. We plan ideas, we discuss ideas and happiness. We laugh together, we play together, we chat together. These things are happening today a lot. Was it happening 100% back then? No, it wasn't. So the memories that are being built today are the memories that I will keep forever cherished in my heart. I have never thought that I would reach where I am today if it wasn't for you guys in 2025. With my upcoming birthday in a week from today, I'm reaching a time in my life that I realize that sometimes I'll be like, what happened to the old days? What happened to kindness? What happened to all the good things that we grew up seeing? Because when I look at what happened in the past and wonder after everything I've been through, I question myself, will I ever see the good? Will I ever see the I keep questioning like what happened? But then you continue streaming. You keep giving what you were born to do. You keep giving your motivation, your energy, your power. You keep pushing forward until there will be light at the end of the cave. And you'll meet what you've grown up to see, how you were raised. You will meet the people that understand you. I met you guys. I met the good. Are there still bad people out there? Of course there's many people out there. We don't know. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they're planning, what they're saying to anyone. I'm not talking about just Twitch, but I'm talking about in the world when it comes to work, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to even family members, even siblings, even family friends. A lot of people could be planning bad things. Then you wonder with yourself, where has the good in this world gone? There's many evil things that are happening around the world, and I'm sure a lot of you agree. There's many evil things that are happening around the world, which takes me back to the point where when you see the light at the end of the cave, this is us meeting in a safe zone. This is us meeting here. This is us meeting as a family in this channel on Twitch. You would never think of like, okay, I want to escape all that problems that I'm going through in life. I want to escape this boring day that I had at work or university to enter online to find another negative thing that's happening. People go online to have fun. People go online to be entertained. People go online to enjoy their time. People go online to go to their online family that I consider my IRL family. Because online isn't just online anymore. Many of us have grown up to a point where we can actually meet up. This is what pushes me towards growing more and more, is to be able to give all what I can give you guys to make you feel safe and happy. And when you have this bad day that you're going through, or you're just in a bad mood, you're either not feeling good, بعيد الشر عليكم, may God forbid. And I hope you guys always have a good day, and I hope you guys are always happy, whether it was through me or through life. And I hope many good things happen for you. But if you ever need to be feeling safe or having a comfort zone, like I said, this is what motivates me into streaming more and more, into not stopping what I'm doing, is to see you guys happy. This is the main reason. This is the actual backbone of a streamer, is to have a family or a community that backs you up, that is there for you, strong, and see you as a brother, as a family member. In the past couple of years, I'll be mentioning in the other video, there were many ups and downs, but many good things were happening. Many good things were happening. I met a lot of amazing, beautiful people, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I met so many people out there that I didn't expect I'll meet, that got to know each other, met IRL, gave me the biggest smile on my face, made me want to continue doing what I'm doing because I want to see this every day. I love it. I love seeing people happy when it comes to my friends, you guys. I love it. And the communication, that when people get along and communicate and get to know each other, builds a bigger circle that connects in a chat and grows a streamer. One person would get to know the other. That second meets the third meets the fourth meets the first, and it keeps going, the number increases. The main thing you need to do is always have fun, whether you're watching or streaming. If you don't have fun, even if you're at your best day, maybe you got bored sitting on your computer. You're bored. You don't want to play games. You're not in the mood. You want to play something but you don't know. You want to be able to communicate or interact with people and you don't know. What I love the most is getting that person. That's one of the things that I've heard as a feedback from many people they told me, I've never played a viewer game. I've never interacted with people. And since I've met you, Blaster, those viewer games made my day. It would change my mood. I've met a lot of people through you. I've met this, I met that. That makes me happy. Whether it was not a viewer game, whether it was a shooter's game or an online adventurous game, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. As long as this person who thought he'd never or she'd never meet a person online or interact or play with friends, you would invite them, they would literally feel happy because maybe throughout their life they were never welcomed in games. You never know what the situation is. I always think there's many people that got bullied, but I always think that, okay, this person is here to escape something. There are people that got bullied, maybe had a bad day, kicked out of friend groups and they haven't done anything. But I tell you this, we here welcome people in open arm and a safe zone, a comfort zone, a home to many people out there. The growth doesn't stop. It is your happiness that is behind this growth. It is your energy that I love seeing. My energy will always be given to see you guys happy. I'll always give my full energy and my full power. The viewer games won't stop. There's many things that I have planned ahead that I wish that I have the health for it in the future, because you never know what God has written for all of us. I'm depending on God. As long as there's health in me, I will keep going. Many years ahead, there will nothing, and no one will ever stop that river that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. The river flowing, nothing will stop it. The road is very long. There's many years ahead of us, as long as there's health in me, like I said. And I promise you this, to everyone out there that is watching this video, that see me as a friend, a good friend, a close friend, a best friend, or a brother, any of those. If you see me as that person, I promise you this stream will always be a comfort zone to you, a home, and I'm hoping with all my heart it'll be your source of happiness when you come online and want to play games and enjoy your time away from whatever is happening. I hope I will be the source of your happiness, because without you there's no growth. You are the reason behind the growth. God first. I've always depended on God since day one, since I was a kid. And the idea, like I said, do not ever, like my mom said, do not ever let anyone or anything change the person that you've grown up to be as a good person. Wake up every day trying to be better than you were yesterday. Be who you are. Be the good person that you are. Be kind. Be caring. Always look at the bright side and be positive. Trust me, it takes you a long way. There's nothing in this world that matters more than being kind to each other. What I've been through, what I've seen in this world, whether it was from the school days and university and my work and Twitch, you'll be hearing many stories ahead. Trust me, be kind with each other. It will take you a long way. Respect and love and kindness. Because our mothers that raised us to be the best out there. They want to see you the best out there. They want to see you the best, and they want to see the kindness that they have raised in you, you know? So that's why I keep telling you at the end of each stream is be nice to your mom. If your mom is happy with you and you have her blessing, it will open many doors ahead for you. Many doors. And with that, I want to tell you guys that I love you. I want to thank you for being that strong backbone in my life. I want to thank you for everything you've done for me, whether it was now, a year ago, a couple of years ago, or a long time. To the good people out there, to the people that stayed, to the people that couldn't or can't or couldn't be on Twitch but are still in contact with me. And that's a lot of you out there. I love you. And I want to thank you for everything you've done for me. This is not a live stream. This is me off stream talking. Yes, I wish she was still here. I wish she was still around me. Sometimes I look around and it is empty. But throughout these years, until this day, especially this year, you guys have made me feel that I'm not alone. Yes, I want you to be happy because of how much you've made me happy. And I want you to feel safe because of how much you made me feel safe. Gave me a lot of hope and made me feel like the house is full. Thank you for everything you've done. I want you guys to be tuned in for part 3 that will be coming soon. I want you guys to be able to, to be able to be watching this video and, understanding what the cause and how I grew, because in many other videos it will be part 3 and 4 and so on and so forth. Thank you all again. I hope you have the bell turned on for the notifications for the later videos in the future. I hope you like this video. Subscribe so you can get notified as well with the bell on. And your beautiful comments always, make me smile. I hope there's no trolling comments out there as well, because the trolling comments, come on, there's the live Twitch. At Twitch, I think most of you know what goes on in the Twitch, So I hope there's no trolling comments on YouTube. I love you guys and thank you. And it's 4 a.m. right now. I want to thank you all. Good night, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.